Hi, welcome to Warner's. Right now we're standing in our greenhouse, loaded with annuals, beautiful hanging baskets, some vegetables and herbs. Always a nice selection of really nice plants. And we hope you come and are prepared to be wowed when you walk in here. Some folks just come and hang out, and that's always welcome as well. We always have a nice selection of flowering and evergreen trees and shrubbery and stock. A large part of our business here at Warner's is the providing and sale of quality topsoils and mulches in bulk and bag. Come visit us at Warner's. We're very happy to serve you and the Tri-County area. Quality products, we stand behind what we sell. We're happy to do so.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, which makes your facility safe and more efficient. We recommend smart solutions, and people get where they're going. We bring new ideas and help you build your business. Fast Signs offers more than signs and graphics. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. For more information or to request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
Where's the best value in town? The Pottstown Diner. You'll love our seafood buffet every Friday night, full of scrumptious fresh seafood. Saturday night, our Meat Lovers buffet has the choicest cuts around. Try our incredible breakfast buffet every Saturday and Sunday, and our weekly breakfast special. Stop in daily for our delicious soup and salad bar. Great food, great value at the Pottstown Diner. Once you enter, you're not a customer, you're family.
Gehringer Mechanical has operated in this community for over 28 years. Based right out of Boyertown, we work, live, and play right where you do. Big enough to handle any of your electrical, plumbing, heating, or air conditioning needs, yet small enough to offer the personal touch that a customer expects. I invite you to experience the level of service we can provide at Gehringer Mechanical.
Well, I say PCTV, won't you come with me? Oh, PCTV, come along and go with me. It's a good show. Everybody's got to know. PCTV, PCTV.
Hey, the PCTV Network proudly presents Maple Grove Raceway in Moton, PA. Nostalgic drag racing. Glory days. We are here live at Maple Grove for Car Stories, and we're going to be covering some racing and trying to teach the aspects of bracket racing, ET racing. You're actually racing against the clock. So we're here at Maple Grove. It's a beautiful day. We got a good turnout. We got a lot of cars. There's a car show over in the pit side. There's a flea market. So a lot going on. Maple Grove is close to Pottstown and close to Reading, and it attracts people from all over the East Coast. It's one of the nicest drag racing facilities you'll find. They have beautiful grandstands, food, plenty of place to park, and we're here today to show you about drag racing. Right now the track's down. We had a little bit of a problem at the bottom of the track, but they're working on it so we can get them back up. So the sponsors of this event is D&W Motorsports, Pipes Exhaust, Maple Grove Raceway, Wheels in Motion, my company at 525 East High Street in Pottstown, the PCTV Network, powered by Television, 422 Allstars is here today. Funny Cars are here today. We have nostalgic front-engine dragsters. And as you can see, we have a shutdown down at the track. We have a couple broken cars, but real soon we're going to show you some live drag racing here from Maple Grove Raceway. We'll be right back.
Hi. Whether golf, tennis, or baseball is your game, or maybe stickball, you need a coach, somebody with a game plan. Hi, I'm Terry Musser, Coldwell Banker Hearthside Realtors. I'd like to be your coach, help you sell your house, be with you every step of the way. I have over 28 years experience right here in the Collegeville, Pottstown area. I've helped many families, thousands in fact, get their first house, second and third, help them sell their beautiful home. We will help you with staging, professional photography, PCTV. We have Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, and of course the Coldwell Banker Hardside Network. So when you need a real pro, somebody that's going to guide you and coach you with every step, you call Terry Musser. We're going to help you hit one out of the park, and you have, of course, my personal guarantee.
All right, in a little bit, they're going to start racing here at Maple Grove, and we're on the starting line. They just sprayed the track, they scraped the rubber, and we're going to show you a little bit about what a racer does when he comes up here to the starting line. There's little light beams that you stage the car, you roll the car up, and that activates the tree. And I'm here with longtime track announcer Roger Leister. So Roger, explain to us what a racer goes through and how the tree works here at Maple Grove and most tracks across the country.
Well, Mikey, this Christmas tree is pretty much the universal piece of equipment here at a drag strip, anywhere in the world that you'll find a drag strip anyway. And the two bulbs on the top of the Christmas tree are called the pre-stage and stage lights. When a driver comes out onto the starting line, he looks at the Christmas tree and rolls forward as he approaches the starting line. The first set of yellow bulbs light at the top of the Christmas tree. Then the driver knows he's about 6-7 inches away from the actual starting line, okay? This is a very critical part of the race. A lot of races won and lost right here on the starting line. Good, consistent staging is what you need.
Yep.
So once the driver gets pre-staged, he will inch forward very carefully until he lights the second set of bulbs, which are called the stage lights. That lets the driver know that he's actually on the starting line.
You better get ready because it's going to come down soon.
At that point in time, the starter will activate the Christmas tree. In half-second intervals, 3 amber lights will count down, and then the green light will go on, signaling the driver to go.
That's it. That's what it takes to win races. There's two things on bracket racing. It's your ET, the elapsed time that the car runs, and also how good a light you cut. In other words, you don't want to leave too early and trip the red light, but you don't want to leave too late and lose the race here. You're losing valuable time right here at the starting line. In the national events, it's similar, but it's a pro tree. The tree comes down all at once. But in bracket racing and the racing we're doing here today, this is the type of tree we're using, and we wanted to explain that to you because a lot of people don't understand how critical it is to stage a car and line up.
Open now since 2011, Royersford Veterinary Hospital is a full-service small animal hospital treating dogs, cats, and small mammals. Dr. Namola has 16 years of experience in the veterinary field. Royersford Veterinary Hospital offers preventive care examinations, vaccinations, and parasite prevention for patients through all life stages, from pediatric care to geriatric screening. The hospital has a fully equipped laboratory, radiology, sterile surgery, and dental equipment for all your pet's medical and surgical needs. For the feline patients, the hospital offers a feline-friendly atmosphere and a feline-exclusive boarding suite. Dr. Namola and her knowledgeable caring staff can answer all your questions about proper health care. Stop on by the hospital anytime to meet the staff or tour the facility. Royersford Veterinary Hospital wants to be your other family doctor.
Hey everyone, this is Mike Yanessa at Maplegrove Raceway for another episode of Car Stories. As you can see in the background, they're getting the track ready for a race today called Glory Days, which is nostalgic drag racing. And I'm here with Lex Dudas, track manager. Lex, what's going on?
Well, today we have Glory Days. It's nostalgia drag racing. We are blessed with a group of clubs that have come together in nostalgia racing. We have Mandra, Nito, Backseat Drivers, East Coast Gassers, 422 Allstars, and we also run Nostalgia Eliminators 1 and 2 for 1989 and older vehicles. And
Okay.
we're anticipating over the weekend to have about 350 cars.
It's a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, so today's the first day. The weather's beautiful, and we got a heck of a lot of cars lining up to come in.
Yeah, we also have a flea market going on right now that's on the spectator side, and we probably got 100 sellers over there and maybe 500 spectators or buyers, as we call them, that
Right.
looking for that piece of junk that's gold to them.
Somebody else's junk, right? And then there's a car show starting to form over in the pits too. So as the day goes on, more cars will show up just for the car show.
The car show is unique this year. There's no entry fee. They just buy a pit pass and they park in the car show area. And we have a group of judges that pick the top 25 picks based off of their picks.
Mm-hmm.
And later today, they'll parade down the return road as we announce the 25 winners.
Oh, that's really cool. Here at Maple Grove today, we're going to teach you a little bit about drag racing. Some people don't understand bracket racing, so in a few minutes, we're going to go on the starting line and try to explain, the procedures that people do when they line up. And we're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to see a lot of cool cars. And thank you, Lex, for inviting us here.
Well, thank you for coming. We enjoy having you here, and I think it'll send a message out about Glory Days, and we think it's a great event for the future. We've been doing the geezers in the past, but we've taken a new format this year, and we're excited about where we're going.
Good. Well, thank you, Lex.
Wayne Klein of Klein Transportation is committed to providing superior quality vehicles for passengers and employees. He invites you to board our new 2014 MCI model J4500. The stylish cabin reflects the quality of Klein service that you have come to know and expect. Comfortable seats with first-class legroom and LED lit interiors create now a sense of drama and elegance. We invite you to join us on board our new MCI J4500 to the destination of your choice. We offer group charters and travel planning assistance for group leaders. Klein tours, pre-planned one-day trips, and overnight excursions for individuals or small groups. And of course, our regularly scheduled Pennsylvania or Atlantic City casino trips. Our friendly and helpful staff is available to assist you simply by calling 1-800-451-6700 or get a quick quote online at KleinTransportation.com. Half the fun is getting there. Welcome aboard.
Okay, here we are at Maple Grove. They got the track cleaned up. We're still in time trials. And here's a pair of Oldsmobiles, and they're gonna run the best they can, so they're ready for first round. There they go, down the track. I believe they're 66 Oldsmobiles. It looks like they're both the same year. And the left lane's way ahead, and you can see the elapsed time on the scoreboards at the bottom of the track. We got a 10:45 to an 11:12. The left lane tripped the wind light at 132 miles an hour. That's a fast Oldsmobile. That's a big, heavy car.
Here it is. Here's the finish.
Photo finish? Boy, that one really went through fast. Now you got to watch now. When it comes to first round, you can't go through too fast. You can't go faster than what your dial-in is. So, if you go faster, you lose. Now we have a Chevelle against a Dodge Coronet. So, like I said, we're trying to explain to people how drag racing works. You can see they're staged, the tree's coming down, they're leaving, the Chevelle's way out ahead. Right now, it's a dead race, meaning that both cars are not handicapped. The fastest car will win, and it's the Chevelle. 122 miles an hour for the Chevelle at 11:05. Now, once first round starts, it's handicapped, meaning the slower car gets a head start, and on a computer, if he says what he's gonna, if he runs what he says he's gonna run, it's a dead finish at the end. But you have to factor in the reaction time, and how quick he left the line. He can't red light. You have to do everything right. Consider weather condition, consider track conditions, and tire pressure, everything. So here we go, there's another pair. Again, in time trials here at Maplegrove Raceway, Glory Days. Glory Days is a nostalgic drag race, meaning that it's all old cars, front engine dragsters, cars from the 60s mainly, 70s, when drag racing became very popular. So check out the finish on them. Well, look at that, right across the finish line, and there's the next one. When first round comes, the finish line will be critical, because there's where you're going to see who won or lost. Remember, right now, there's no handicap. They're just practicing, trying to get the cars dialed in, get their self dialed in. And we have a station wagon and a big old Chevy, Ford station wagon, and a 67 Chevy Impala. Pretty even race, see him? Now the Impala's gaining on him a little bit, and he takes the win light. A pair of Corvettes is coming up next. 63 split window. I'm going to guess about a 78 Corvette over there on the left lane. So you usually get about 2 time trials, meaning that you get 2 practices. And in those time trials, you're trying to dial in your car, seeing how fast it runs today, under today's weather conditions. And of course, you're working on your reaction time. Reaction time is the time it takes you to hit the gas pedal. If you hit the gas pedal too quick, you red light, you lose the race. If you hit it too slow, you're wasting time at the starting line and you're never going to win. Now, for time trials, these cars, this looks like a first round because they were pretty close all the way down the track. And we'll show the scoreboards on the next run, and I'll try to show the numbers that you're seeing and what they mean. So when first round comes, you'll be able to understand who won, who lost, and why they won and lost. It's a little hard to get the grasp of it at first, but once you learn what's going on, it's fairly easy. So now they both left the line. We'll show the scoreboards, and that car went way out in front in the right lane. See, 957 at 140 miles an hour. On the left lane, that 025 was a reaction time. That's very good. It's a very good light. So now we got like a 78 Ford Granada against, I'm going to say, a Studebaker pickup truck. And they're getting ready. They're pre-staged. Now they're staged. And any minute, they're going to go. And they go. No red light. Some cars leave the line quicker and turn on power at the bottom of the track. Some cars leave the line, slower. It just depends on the engine, transmission, and gear ratio of that particular car. It's a balancing thing. If you have too much dialed into the bottom of the motor, you'll spin the tires and not go anywhere. If you have too much, not enough dialed in, it won't leave right. So it's a very, very tricky sport to be good at. And this guy in the blue pickup truck in the left lane has been racing here for years, and he's a very good drag racer. Denny Renninger.
For over 50 years, O'Donnell, Weiss, and Mattei has helped our clients resolve a wide variety of legal challenges. OWM Law provides legal representation to clients throughout southeastern Pennsylvania. Our attorneys and our highly trained support staff utilize the latest technology and resources available to satisfy the needs of our clients. O'Donnell, Weiss, and Mattei, delivering the highest level of professional service.
Okay, Glory Days here at Maple Grove, they have a car show. Normally at Maple Grove every week, it's just racing. But today, you're invited to park your car in the pits, a classic car. Some people tow them in on flatbeds, as you can see the two over here. And then we have new Camaros, we have old cars, street rods. Unbelievable turnout. It's early in the morning. As the day goes on, this lot will fill up, and you'll see some really nice show cars here at Maple Grove Raceway. Hi everybody, we're here in the booth waiting for the funny cars to line up for the first round, and I'm sitting here with Dan Woods of D&W Motorsports, and he's sponsoring the event here today. Dan does powder coating over at his new shop, which is 1100 Grosser Road. He's also here today racing his Mustang, but he had a little bit of trouble. He won an 11.0, which is a very good ET for today. But he went to race the car again, and he had a little transmission trouble. So now he's stuck in here, and he's going to help me. And Dan, what's going on with the car? Tell us.
Well, we ran a car last night. We came up for a test and tune last night, and it was very successful. We were running consistent ETs. Don't really want to give away what the car was running last night for my competitors for the next race we have in a couple weeks. But we were running consistent numbers all night and came up here today and ran the first round of qualifying and ran the number right on the money. It was running real good numbers, exactly what we predicted it to be. And the second round of qualifying, qualified fourth so far. We qualify on reaction time. And I qualified with a 0.22, was number 4. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at now. And second qualifying round, they stopped me at the line, and the transmission's front seal was leaking. Left a small puddle there right in front of the water box. So I'm basically out for today. It's kind of a shame, kind of a downer, but you know, it is what it is. These things happen when you're racing. It's one of those things. As Warren Johnson always says, he calls this the penalty box.
Yep,
you know, if he doesn't qualify or he gets knocked out first round, you know, that's where we're at here. We're in the penalty box. So, you know, we get the transmission out tomorrow, get up to my transmission guy and see if we can get this thing straightened out, and we'll be back. Most definitely.
Well, the reaction time Dan was talking about is, remember we showed you how you leave the line. Out of 30 plus cars, he finished or he qualified 4th, and that's pretty darn good. And in their little group, the 422 Allstars, they qualify by reaction time. That's the way it works.
Yeah, we qualify on reaction time, and perfect reaction time means is a .000. And we also, our light is different than everybody else's. Our light is a 0.4 seconds between each yellow light, each amber light, where everybody else runs 0.5, which means that on a 0.4 tree, you got to be quicker on the trigger to get that good reaction time than on a 0.5. When we race on a 0.5, I feel like I can almost pull out a soda and eat a hoagie in between lights, you know. So, but yeah, we were pretty satisfied with what went on today, but it's just a shame, you know, the seal on the transmission went, you're talking like a $2 or $3 piece, and that's
racing.
Typically what you hear, you know, it's just what happens, you know.
It happens to the big boys and it happens to the little guys. It just, you know, you never know when it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it happened to Dan today at Maplegrove Raceway.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ollard Brothers.
Ollard Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ollard Brothers.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
Okay, at Glory Days here at Maple Grove, they have a car show. Not every week there's a car show at Maple Grove. It's usually just race cars. But people are invited today. They park their cars in the pits. They got a DJ with oldies music. And here are some of the beautiful cars that showed up so far. It's early in the morning. As the day goes on, this lot will be packed. All right, here we go. They got the track all prepped. What they do is they spray a sticky substance on the track. They drag rubber over it. They have to really do it for these cars because these are the alcohol funny cars. And Marilyn just asked me a question about why are they called funny cars? Because they kind of look like the car where that one in the left is a Monza. They're both Monzas, but the bodies, the chassis is nothing like a Monza that you would drive on the street. So we have the Fireball Monza getting ready here. They actually start these cars with a hand starter. It's a tube chassis, fiberglass body, very fast, and they run on alcohol. These cars have brakes on the back wheels only, and they're stopped by a parachute. Anything above 150 miles an hour at Maple Grove or any drag strip, you need a parachute to stop the car. If you don't, they'll kick you out, tell you to go get one. So they got them fired up, they're closing the body down, pinning it, and this ought to be some good drag racing here. Now these cars are allowed to do their burnout, which heats up the tires, as much as they want down the track. The normal bracket cars have to stay behind the starting line in the water, as we saw earlier. But the funny cars and the big top fuel cars, they do a burnout 3/4 of the track to heat them tires up. And now they're backing them up, and they're going to get ready and go. Again, they run on alcohol, not gasoline. Makes a ton of horsepower. You see the young lady out there on the track and the gentleman, they're helping the drivers because they can't see. There's no backup camera like your new Cadillac. There's no rear view mirror. So they line them up and help them get in the groove. Very important to stay in the groove of the track, especially with a car this fast. Watch these guys go because this is going to be a good one. And we'll have coverage at the finish line to see who makes it first. I'm going to say the Fireball Monza. 160 miles an hour, 9 seconds. Now, I'm guessing. I never saw these two cars run. They're pre-staged. They're ready to go. Good reaction times. 200 miles an hour. 6.7 seconds for the right lane Fireball Monza. 7.26 seconds at 186 for the left lane. Wow, what a run.
Here, let's see the beginning.
There's the beginning. It's an even race there, and then Fireball Monza starts pulling away about 1/3 of the track, and he keeps his lead all the way down. Got the next pair up, Excalibur. Corvette funny car. Kind of looks like a Corvette, but they stretched it out and made it look more streamlined, aerodynamic on a tube chassis. It's a 426 Keith Black Hemi. Keith Black was an engine builder, built Hemis since the 60s out in California. And they make some real good power. Blown. That means there's a blower on top that's forcing air down into the motor. And alcohol, like I said before, instead of gasoline. And I don't know what, another Corvette. And got another Corvette on the left lane. They're not up yet. He'll be up soon, getting the car fired up. And we're going to see another pair of funny cars at Maplegrove Raceway for nostalgic drag racing. Glory Days. Brought to you by the PCTV Network, Wheels in Motion, D&W Motorsports.
Here they are.
Hey, here's the photo finish on the last race. The Fireball Monza takes it. And here we go. We're getting ready with a pair of Corvettes up here. Both have Hemis in them. Both Corvettes. About the same years, late 70s. Again, they're modeled after the late 70s. How was that? George Ridenauer, Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. Is the left lane. They're backing up, and now it's a race time. This is probably just for exhibition. Yeah, it's just for, I mean, they might be racing for something. I'm not quite sure, guys. I think it's just exhibition. They're here just for the show. They're just putting on a show. So we're getting ready here, folks. We got the pair of Corvettes. They're getting ready to go. Creeping up to the starting line. Watch the pre-stage, the first yellow light. See the guy on the track, he's helping him. He's motioning him up to get into the beams. It's very critical to stage your car at the right time. It starts the clock once you break the beam and measures your ET and your mile an hour. Here we go. 096 light against the 111 light. We got a 676 at 201 and an 815 at 162 in the left lane. 201 miles an hour. Amazing.
Can't quite catch George. So it should be a nice final round matchup. Right now we're 676, 201. John Wall, the Fireball Monza, 6.
Here they come.
200, good close pair. Wow.
There it goes.
At Distinctive Realty by Design, we take a process that's normally stressful and time-consuming and make it smoother, easier, and more enjoyable, not to mention more affordable. A proven process, all the resources, a dream come true. Reinvent your lifestyle with Distinctive Realty by Design. The best part is, we invest in you, from appraisal, staging, and marketing to preparation and moving, while helping to lift the burden from your shoulders. Ready to learn more? Contact us today for a complimentary tour. Thank you.
Tired of waiting in long lines for your prescriptions? Well, Professional Pharmacy has the answer, offering you fast, friendly, and free prescription delivery right to your front door. So stop waiting in those long lines and call Professional Pharmacy today.
Well, if you don't think that we can, well, think twice.
Conveniently located in Pottstown and Pennsburg.
Okay, now here we have a lightweight wheel made of aluminum. As you can see, the slick is screwed to the tire. The reason for that is when it leaves the starting line, sometimes the tire will actually turn on the rim, because these cars leave pretty hard. Now, Dan, tell us about this slick. Is it worn out? Are you going to use it today?
This tire is not entirely worn out. It's still got a few runs on it. I got actually 150 runs on these tires. But I switched this year to what they call radial slick, which gives you a little more consistency. This here is a bias ply slick that we use. And it's important, people think you go to the drag strip and you run your car and you just make runs down the track. It's very important, as preventive maintenance on these cars is very important. And to log all your runs and how many runs you have on tires is important as well. One of the things that we check when we're down is we check to see how much wear we have left on the tire. And you'll see these dots here, and that's what they call a wear hole. And when the wear hole goes away, it's time that start looking for some tires. Okay, this here has a little less than 1/8 of an inch left in the wear hole, and it's probably good for another 10 or 15 runs. Here again, the tire is screwed on both sides of the wheel and balanced. Now this one here has the weights on it, as you can see in here. Usually we tape these just in case the weight comes off or comes loose, the stick-on weight comes loose, the tape holds it on there to keep it from coming out.
All right, well, there's a little lesson on drag racing slicks. Very important part of the car. Like I said, air pressure got to be equal or the car won't leave straight. Can't have too much air, can't have too little air. So thanks, Dan, for explaining to our viewers about a typical drag racing slick. Now, this is a last time shot for everybody. That means a practice. Next time you see these cars, it'll be for the real deal. If you win, you stay. If you lose, you go home. 018 light for Elise Renninger over the 040 light. Looks like she's going to take the win at 122 miles an hour. I'm sorry, at 1220 at 110 miles an hour. And we have a photo finish. Look at the vet taking it by a mile. Nice. Pair of Mopars. Looks like a Plymouth Duster against a Dodge Demon. This ought to be good. They leave pretty dead even. The right-hand lane's pulling out a little bit, the orange car. Wow, look at this. This is one we got to see the photo finish. That was a good race. And remember, they're not handicapped yet. That was just a time trial. So there were two pretty close cars here at Maple Grove.
Let's take a look. Here it is.
Here we go. Photo finish on the two Mopars. Whoa, that was close. The orange car just nosed them. Now, when you're doing eliminations, you can't break out, meaning you can't go faster. You can't go faster than your dial in. So this here, the orange car could lose if he went faster than his dial in. But again, you're racing against the clock. Camaro and Firebird racing now. Black Camaro's taking the lead by a couple cars. And there's your ET and your mile an hour on the Lucas Oil and the Napa scoreboards.
Gary Thomas City, Harleysville, PA, 66 Nova.
There's another pair of cars. Again, this is for time trials, just to practice to see how fast your cars would go. The Ford Torino's taking the lead. John Grader has been a racer here at Maple Grove for as long as I can remember, probably 30, 40 years. Very good racer. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Maple Grove Raceway, D&W Motorsports, the PCTV Network, powered by Telesvision. Some of Maple Grove's sponsors are Autolocator, Eisenhower Nissan, Penske, Sunoco, S&W Race Cars, Edquay Race Cars, and they go on and on. S&W and Edquay are both very good builders, and they're right in the Pottstown area. They build race cars, they service them. And if you need anything done, Bobby Oberdorf is running Edquay Race Cars. He's in Stowe, in Pottstown, at his new shop. So if you want something done to your race car, from welding, On a weekly event here at Maple Grove, you'll see everything. You'll see 2014 cars running. You'll see, V6 cars running. Cars that go 18 seconds will beat a car that goes 10 seconds because it's handicapped. So the slower car gets a head start. But today, it's just nostalgia cars from the old days. And here's the finish on that last run. You can see the old coupe took him by about a car length. And once first round starts for these cars, you'll see a lot closer finishes because they're running against the clock. Right now, they're just running for practice.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
Allergies? Carpet One Floor and Home just made carpet installation healthier. Our new Healthier Living installation minimizes dust, mold, and allergens. Better than home centers, it's antimicrobial, hypoallergenic, simply cleaner. Breathe easier. You'll love it. A healthier installation exclusively at Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful. Made affordable.
Okay, now we're in the pits with Dan Woods and his beautiful 68 Mustang that he's going to race here shortly, and you're going to be able to see on PCTV. So Dan, tell us about this car.
It's a 68 Mustang. Original was a GT car. I restored it and finished it back in 1997. The color of the car is the original color. It's not the original paint, but it's an original color to the car, PPG Highland Green, which was the only year in 1968. The only year was the only year for that color. It's a 428. We raced Nostalgia Super Stock here with the 422 Allstars. The car was pretty much built by myself. The roll cage that's in it, I put in. The body work I did, most of the body work. It was painted, not by myself. The engine was built by me. The suspension was built by me. Everything was pretty much done in-house in my garage.
Depending on the speed or ET of your car, you have to go through tech inspection at Maple Grove. The faster you go, the more safety equipment you need. Tech inspections at the bottom of the track, they look at every car and make sure it has, everything it needs for that speed. If you came up with your regular car, you probably would need next to nothing. But if you start going below 15 seconds, 14 seconds, the faster you go, then that's when you need a roll bar, updated seat belts, and different things on the car to make it safe at those mile an hour. It's something that I've said before when they make a reference to people on the street drag racing. You don't drag race on the street. It's unsafe. Here is drag racing. They have an ambulance. They have the safety crew. It's the place to race your car and have fun. Street racing is not approved by me and most of the people in my hobby. If you want to go fast, come to Maple Grove and do it under supervised conditions. You can see the Chevelle really taking that one. 112 miles an hour. Red Nova, we have Steve Horoski. He's a Pottstown local. Steve's been running here for years in this beautiful 66 Nova. And the Alley Cat in the left lane. I'm not sure, it's a Plymouth, I believe. Steve leaves real good. The Alley Cat didn't leave quite as good. Again, time trials. We're just racing for practice. Once the first round starts, you're going to see some close finishes. Maple Grove Dragway and NHRA have a junior dragster program. It's for the young kids, 8 to 16. You can get involved. They build dragsters and they run on lawnmower engines. So at a young age, I was one of the first ones to be a member of that group, and my kids race junior dragsters, and it's a lot of fun. and it teaches you all the things we're talking about today at a very young age, how to race and dial in your car and reaction time in a little dragster with a lawnmower engine. But don't let them fool you. These things today, when I started, they were going 50, 60 miles an hour. Now they got them going, I don't even know, but they're fast. They're very fast on a little Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine. Of course, the faster you go, the more it costs, just like big racing. You know, you have to spend a lot of money on the truck, the trailer, the generator, the tools, tires to get here. So it's not cheap, but it is a lot of fun. A lot of these guys have sponsors that help them to promote their business.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers. So next time you have a home improvement project,
Drop by.
your local True Value hardware store.
True Value. Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
Stone's Hearing Aid Service has been helping families for generations since the 1880s. Stop in or we'll come to your home for a free hearing test and evaluation. No charge. We offer entry-level to advanced hearing aids from leading manufacturers. And we're always the lowest price. Just compare. After we select the perfect hearing aid for you, we'll even provide you with a free trial. If you don't like it, we'll replace it. Stone's Hearing Aid Service is always available and provides service the way you want it.
Well, I just got the surprise of a lifetime. I'm sitting here waiting for them to clean up the track so we can cover some more racing, and Bruce Larson walks in. I mean, I got chills. First of all, I'm a Camaro guy, and second of all, he's been one of my idols since I was a young boy. So, Bruce, what are you doing at Maple Grove?
Oh, just out a bit.
Are you?
Yeah.
You have anything here? Or?
I thought I was impressed with the performance of these cars.
How about it?
Yeah.
I was at GM Carlisle last week and saw you with the Cackle Fest up there.
Yeah.
And he was at GM Carlisle with his funny car, and what they do is they start them up and they don't run them, they just start them up and race them up a little bit so the fans up there can hear what a alcohol funny car.
Well, really, we were running a lot of nitro.
Nitro funny car.
And they were inside a tent, no sides on the tent, but the smell got pretty intense and the noise got pretty intense.
Oh yeah. I was down a little bit, but I heard them.
Yeah,
definitely.
80% nitro in there.
And tell us what nitro is. What's that?
That's horsepower.
That's horsepower.
That's when you run out of tuning tricks, then you start going to nitro.
Nitro.
Yeah, and it becomes a disease. You put a little bit of nitro in a car years ago, and it runs better. You put a little more in, it runs better, and then you start burning pistons.
Oh, so there is a balance there.
Then you're one of the big boys.
With what? Alcohol? It's mixed?
Yeah, it comes in 100% in a drum, and you dilute it to the point where you can use it.
Right.
The beginner point is about 50%, and it makes a lot of horsepower that way.
Right.
And you can work your way up over 90% and really double the horsepower.
Right.
Yep.
Wow, that's really cool. And the Camaro that you got now, tell us about that. It's a replica?
Yeah, it's a replica of the original car. I still own the original car, and it's restored, and I stopped running it. I just didn't want to hurt it.
Right.
But the new car has a real safe John Worm chassis under it.
Right.
So it's certifiable. The old car wasn't certifiable anymore.
Sure.
So we have the same engine combination we had back in 1968. We're trying to just duplicate performance like it was back then.
Right.
And I think we're doing a pretty good job of that.
And it's a red, white, blue Camaro called?
You can park it side by side right beside the old USA 1 Camaro.
USA 1 Camaro,
and,
wow.
They both look alike.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And do you still run it?
Yeah, we ran at Bowling Green at the National Hot Rod Reunion 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We'll be up at Epping, New Hampshire at the National Hot Rod Reunion. We're going to Englishtown to the Funny Car Reunion. We keep pretty busy with it. We're going up to Beaver Springs after the York Muscle Car Show.
Wow. I actually have a Tim Frederick sketch of your car.
Yeah, he's a great artist.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's why I said, being a Camaro nut, that's the ultimate Camaro for me.
Right.
The USA 1, red, white, and blue funny car. driven by Bruce Larson for quite a few years.
Sure.
Right?
All right. I'm glad you're here covering this event. It's quite a nice event.
Yes, we got a good turnout, beautiful day. We got a car show. We have a flea market on the other side. It's just awesome here at Maplegrove Raceway. And what an honor to have you walk in and do an interview with me.
It's fun being here.
Yep, so don't forget, if you don't get Pottstown Cable, you can go to the internet to the PCTV network, and you can see all the past episodes of Car Stories, including this episode. And last year I was actually at the muscle car show in York, and Bruce and I met for a few minutes, but it's an honor to have you here today again. It really
Always
is.
yep. Enjoy talking to you.
Yep, thank you very much,
Sure.
Bruce.
Limerick Bowl is gearing up for the summer bowling season with an incredible offer. Join any summer bowling league and practice free all season. That's right, practice all summer for free. Bring the family, bring your friends, or meet new ones and start a team today. Beat the heat this summer with America's #1 participation sport at Limerick Bowl. Daily specials, weekend glow bowling, and the area's most affordable birthday party packages. Call today about our summer league special or go online anytime at limerickbowl.com.
America was founded on potential, on the idea that it's better to see things not as they are, but for what they could be. At Mako, we don't think new is necessarily better. Sometimes the fact that it's yours is all that matters. So instead of giving up on the car you used to love, bring it to Mako. We'll fix every ding, every scratch, and every faded spot. It's time to give your car a second chance at Mako. It's time for a makeover.
All right, here we are at more drag racing at Maple Grove. This is first round. That means it counts. You dial your number. They do not display the reaction time on the billboard, and you got to run your number and have a good reaction time. This counts. You lose, you go home. They're staging right now. We got a Bantam Roadster and a Dodge. Now see, he gets the head start because he's the slower car. Here comes the fast guy. Have a photo finish at the finish line to see who wins this race. So the little Bantam Roadster won. He beat the big Dodge. Look at the photo finish. See? He beat him by a car. Excellent. So unfortunately the Dodge goes home and the little Roadster continues to the second round. Now this is called a bye run. The car runs by himself because there was an odd amount of cars, or the other car you're supposed to race broke. There's many reasons. So this 62 Chevy basically won. This is another time shot for him. Nice car, 62 Chevy Impala. Now we got a 66. Oh, 11:01, like I said, that was just a time shot for him because his opponent wasn't there for whatever reason. Next pair of cars is a 66 Bel Air, and it looks to be about a 64 Dodge. Chevy Dodge, Mopar GM. Who's gonna win? So they're staging. Their dial-ins are on the billboard. We got a 11:59 on the left lane for the Biscayne, and a 10:29. So the Biscayne will get a little head start. You'll see him leave first. And then the Dodge has to wait a minute or a few seconds until the handicap's fixed. There they go. Nice race. Look at them going, even up. Who's going to win? Oh, the Dodge pulls out in front. Excellent.
Here's the finish. Take a look.
There's the finish of the big Dodge. Way out in front. And can't be too far out in front because when you break out, you also lose. Break out meaning you go faster than what you dialed. We got a 55 Chevy and a 65 Impala, and it's a close race, folks. We'll have to see the photo finish on this one. 10:57. The photo finish. The 55 Chevy beats him by... Nope. 65 Chevy beats him by a foot. That's how close this racing is here today, folks. They just You got to do everything just right. The car has to work, you have to work, you have to leave at the right time, and you have to run that number. You're running against the clock. Here we go again. Handicap goes to the Cuda. 55 Chevy is the faster car. And they're going down pretty close to side by side. The 55 Chevy turns it on. I got to see the photo finish on that one. That 55 Chevy ran right on his dial in. If he'd have went just a little faster, he would have lost, even though he crossed the finish line first. So now we got a, I don't know, 57 Thunderbird against a 69 Camaro. Thunderbird's just a little faster, so the Camaro will get the lead first. Watch. There's the Camaro, there's the Thunderbird. And again, another close race. And when you get to the eliminations, it is racing. It's all on. Give it all you got, or you're going home. The T-Bird won. We want to see this close finish. Oh, it wasn't so close on that one. He had like 2 cars on him. 68 Ford Fairlane. Again, they call this car like a Bantam Roadster or an altered, meaning the wheelbase has been altered. And the Roadster's dialed a 10.05 and the blue car's dialed a 10.10, so it's a pretty close race from start to finish. Now you got to make sure you get that reaction time down and run the number, and they're going to be pretty even all the way down. And who knows who's going to win. Oh, now the Roadster pulls way out in front and he takes the win. 10-14 he went. You can see right there on the replay, probably 2.5 cars he beat him by.
If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured in a car accident, you're having problems with your neck, your low back, you're having migraine headaches. If you're suffering, you need to see us first. We can help.
A question we get asked quite often is now a good time to sell your property? A couple things I can share with you. One is in the peak of the inventory in the market, which was the 2010-2011, we had an average of 12 months of inventory in the market. Today that average is below 4 months, giving sellers a better opportunity, less competition on the marketplace. At the same time, we continue with historically low interest rates, making homes more affordable for buyers. Today is a good time to sell your property. Call Herb Real Estate.
Okay, we're still in the pits here, and I'm with Dan Woods from D&W Motorsports. He's sponsoring today's event here at Maple Grove, Glory Days. And he's going to go with Rich Lamont, and he's going to talk about a couple cars from 422 Motorsports. So, Dan, take it away.
Good morning. Rich Lamont is the owner of 422 Motorsports and also runs the series for the 422 Allstars. And he's going to talk about the first car here is one of
100. This is number 73. When Norristown Ford got that car, it was number 73. It was a 4-speed car when we got it, and it still is today. A lot of guys they had 40 automatic cars of the 100, and guys that got them didn't like them and changed them to 4 speeds, most of them. But this one was a 4-speed car, and it still is today.
And what is this, a 1964 Thunderbolt?
It's a 1964 Fairlane that got named by Ford Motor Company a Thunderbolt. When they made the 100, they were 289 K cars. What they would have been would have a 289, 271 horsepower high performance motor in them. They used that body style because it was the lightest of all the Fairlanes, of all the two-door Fairlanes. And they put 427s in to compete in Superstock, and they needed 100 cars, and that's how that all came about.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next car. This is a 63 Galaxy. This came out of one of your stables as well?
Yeah, this car is a 63 Galaxy. It's a replica car of an R car. but we actually got the body in Texas and just brought the body back and resurrected the rest of it with a 427 this automatic transmission car. It's been as quick as 959, but generally speaking, it runs in the 990 range.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go down to the next car here. It's called the Dearborn Thunder. This car is driven by Frank Pellegrini. Now, this car has a little bit of history with the 422 Motorsports. Can you tell us about this car?
Yeah, that car actually belonged to me first. I bought the car in Virginia. We were down there for another event, and they had a small flea market going on. And I went around, I saw this car, and they were trying to, it was beat. I mean, there was no engine, transmission. It was just a shell. And they wanted $800, $900, I even forget. And I kept looking at it, and I said, so I went and I made the guy an offer. Well, he turned me down. He said, no, I can't sell it for that. So I went back, I upped the offer a little bit to like $400. And I kind of didn't tell him the complete truth. I said, well, I don't have any more money. That's all I have is $400. So if you want the $400, I'll buy the car. So they kicked it around a while, and they didn't have any bites on it. And apparently they've been trying to sell it for a while. So they said, okay, well, give us the $400. I said, well, there's one stipulation. You have to get it from where it is right here around the pitch to where we are. Because like I said, there was no wheels, front or rear. There was nothing. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. So I paid him, got a receipt. He comes around. Well, when he pulls around and he sees the truck, he comes over to me. He says, yo, I've been duped. He says, you duped me. I said, I didn't dupe you. I told you I only had $400 on me. He says, well, you could borrow the money from these guys. I said, I'm borrowing anything. So the deal still went down, but the guy was like a little upset. But I took the car back about a year and a half later to an event there. He was actually there, and it was all finished then. But this car is the quickest car in the stable, and probably the quickest nostalgia superstock Ford in the country. It's run 821. It's run at 163. Right now, the way it's equipped, it'll probably run 850s, 840s maybe. But it's been a great car. But it was kind of funny the way the whole thing went down.
Okay, we got another car down here on the end. This car here also has some history as well. It's was original stock Eliminator car, I believe. Can you tell us about this car?
This is an original car. It was a B stock Eliminator car back in the day. It was run in the Southwest, was mid country in the South, and the Femere brothers did it really well with the car. And then they got old, sold the car, and it sat next to a guy's house for a lot of time. And a few years back, when Bob was still alive, he and a fellow named Jim Amos, who has B on video, they went and bought the car and resurrected it. Well, Bob passed away, and Jim didn't want the car, and he called me, wanted to know if I'd buy it. So he made me a deal I really couldn't refuse. It's been a good car. It's a 406 with a 4-speed.
It's an original 4-speed car.
It's an original 4-speed car, and it was a 406 car. So we've run the car with some success. It's been a good car.
Now, how fast does this car go?
I think the quickest we ever went was like a 1031, which is much quicker than it went in 62, because it's a 62 Galaxy.
Yes.
But today, it'll probably run 1040, somewhere in there. We've had 3 or 4 different drivers in it. It's kind of a fun car, but you need to be a 4-speed guy. Some of these automatic guys can't handle that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate the time. You taking the time to interview with us, and we'll see you out there at the track.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we got a Ford Maverick and a Corvette. The Maverick's dialed to 1277, the Vette's dialed to 1092. The Maverick's going to get a pretty good head start. You'll see, before the Vette even leaves, the Maverick's probably going to be a third of the way down the track, because he's the slower car, so he gets a head start. And there he goes, and there goes the Vette. It's all one at the bottom of the track. Let's see what he does. 1084 on a 1080, and the Maverick wins. The next pair up, 61 Corvette against, I don't know if that's an Angular, little sedan delivery. So there's milk on the side. That's really cool. There they go. Look at the vet hopping around. That's a close race. We don't know who's going to take that one. It's hard to tell. We'll have to see the replay on that one. I don't know. Whew. Corvette takes it by 3/4 of a car. And that's drag racing. I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, you're running against the clock more than you're running against your opponent. You have to do your job, do what you say you're going to do, and you have to do it every time. We're here at Maplegrove Raceway for Nostalgia Drag Racing Glory Days. We got several different groups of nostalgia race cars, cars from the old days. This isn't John Force and the guys you see at the national events on TV today. This is cars that date all the way back to the 40s. The 67 Comet gets a bye run. He runs just a time shot. Again, if there's an odd number of cars, you're lucky enough to pull the bye run. 66 Chevelle against the 68 Camaro. Two fast cars. We got a 925 and a 950 dial-in. Let's see which one does the job. You know, weather's a factor on ET. Time of day, where the sun's at. Your driver, you have to be on the ball. You can't relax. You have to be, you know, focused. So all them little things, tire pressure, all goes in. Now we have a red light in the left lane, so automatically the right lane, the 66 Chevelle, wins the race. Red light means you left too soon. Yeah. In the old days, the dragsters that first started, the engines were in the front. Like the one on the left lane. That's a short dragster with the engine in the front. If you watch drag racing today on TV, all the engines are behind the driver. So, again, we have a dragster against the 55 Chevy. It's a fair race because they'll be handicapped. The 55 Chevy will get a head start. And, oh, the guy in the 55 Chevy just got married. He has it written on the back window, just married. I wonder if his wife's here with him today. Beautiful 55 Chevy two-door sedan. Dialed in an 850. That's unbelievable in a big, heavy, old car like that. 850, he automatically wins because the altered red lighted. So he goes back to the trailer, loads up his car, and he's done for today.
It's got a great, unique chandelier and this mirror. Wow, I haven't seen one like this. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the greatest realtor of all?
Mr. Caldwell and Mr. Banker.
Well, someday, maybe it'll be me. And what I like to tell everybody is, we'll do whatever it takes to get the job done, and you have my personal guarantee. Call us.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers. So next time you have a home improvement project,
Drop by.
your local True Value hardware store.
True Value. Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
Hey, Rich, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
I see they got you working on Saturday.
On a Saturday here at Maplegrove Raceway, beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
Rich was on our show a few months back for 422 Motorsports, and the gang's here today, and they're going to do some nostalgic drag racing. Rich, tell us what's going on.
Well, this is one of our points meets. We'll probably have 30, 32 cars here today.
Okay.
We've got 9 points meet races through the year. We run Budds Creek, Englishtown, Maple Grove, US 13, a couple of the tracks we go to twice. But it's a real good program for nostalgia super stock cars, only 60 to 69. Must be a big block, must be over 400 cubic inches. Can have a single carburetor. We prefer they have dual quads on them, but you can't have everything in life.
Right. Now, Rich, where's your shop? Tell the viewers where your shop's located.
We're in Oaks, Pennsylvania, which is just a half a mile or so away from Valley Forge National Park, which I'm sure everyone knows.
Right. And what do you do there?
Right on 422. Well, we just do 60s cars. We just do engines, basically.
Okay.
We don't do any body work or paint or anything like that. And we do some general repairs, but that's hand-picked. We only take certain customers. So.
Right. And mainly Fords, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all Fords.
Fords.
We do have one Bob Ford Jr.'s got the Jersey Duke, and we do some work on that car. But other than that, yeah, it's got to have a blue oval on it.
Good. All right. Well, thank you, Rich. Good luck today racing, and I'll talk to you soon. But here we go. Look at this. They're both dialed 925. So this is what they call a heads-up drag race. They both have the same ET dialed in at 9.25 seconds. Both lead. They both have a green light. This is the one we got to see at the finish line. Wow. I mean, all the way down the track. I don't know who won that one, folks. We'll have to see it on the replay. I mean, right there, it looks like the Nova. Does he maintain the lead? Oh, barely. Unbelievable drag racing here on a beautiful sunny day at Maplegrove Dragway. So we got like a 66 Comet against a 73 Plymouth Duster. We got a 9.0 and a 975 dial in, so there's a little bit of a handicap. They're staging, and they're going. It's a race. Nobody red lighted. It's going to be one at the finish line. Whoever crosses it first without breaking out. And it's the left lane. That would be the Comet. Yep, beat him by a car. Camaro against the Chevy 2 Nova. 950 for the Nova, 875 for the Camaro. Really good track conditions today. Oh, we had a red light on the Nova, so that means the orange Camaro automatically wins. You can see at the scoreboards the yellow lights that light up on each side. That's the win. Thanks to our sponsors here today to put this event on. Thanks to the PCTV network powered by Television. D&W Motorsports, Pipes exhaust systems. They're awesome exhaust system for most hot rods and cars. My company, Wheels in Motion at 525 East High Street in Pottstown. Now, look what we got here. A rat out of hell dragster. Front engine, 2 carburetors, big motor against the blue dragster, the River Rat. Look how long these cars are. Lightweight. You're sitting way in the back, right on top of the rear. Imagine that. You're sitting on top of the rear of a normal car in these front engine dragsters. Of course, they have all the updated equipment. Some of these cars date back to the 60s, but the chassis were updated and improved and made safe so they can run here today. If you'll notice on the car on the left, there's a strap going up to the blower. That prevents it if something would happen. It stops the motor from coming apart. These could run on gas or they could run on alcohol. It just depends on the owner's preference. Alcohol is a more consistent fuel. It's when the weather changes, it doesn't change the speed as much as gasoline. Now let's watch these two leave the line here. They're ready. This is a good race. Whew. Wow. You could see like the blue car left and had a lead on him, but then the red car caught up 3/4 track and he beat him. But it's a photo finish. Look at that. I mean, years ago they used to have somebody down there calling the races, but you know, sometimes they got them wrong because they were won by inches. With today's electronics and today's, like I said, the photo cells, it's a foolproof system to see who crosses the line first. Whoever breaks that light beam. Again, there's 3 light beams down there. 1 measures mile an hour. I'm sorry, 2 measures mile an hour, and 1 measures the first one to break it. He's the winner. Now this dragster in the left lane is a bye run. He has no one to run against, so he gets a free time shot and he automatically goes to second round. It's a small block injected, fuel injected Chevrolet engine. Fuel injection back then was mechanically controlled by mechanical parts, hardcore parts. Where today, our cars that are fuel injected are controlled by computers. 857 he dials and he goes, and 883. So if he was racing someone, he probably would have lost that race because he was way above his dial-in.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
America was founded on potential, on the idea that it's better to see things not as they are, but for what they could be. At Mako, we don't think new is necessarily better. Sometimes the fact that it's yours is all that matters. So instead of giving up on the car you used to love, bring it to Mako. We'll fix every ding, every scratch, and every faded spot. It's time to give your car a second chance at Mako. It's time for a makeover.
Ready to roll.
Now we got some more cars. We got a green dragster, front engine car.
Here's the slow-mo of the start of that race.
Here's the start of that race. Look how the cars leave. That car leaves real nice and soft. It's not real violent. It just makes horsepower and it puts the tires to the track. You don't want to spin the tires, only during the burnout. Gus, what do we have here? We have a coffin car. Do you remember the Munsters TV show back in the 60s when Grandpa Munster built a car out of a coffin? Well, we have a front engine dragster here with a coffin body on it in the left lane, going against another front engine dragster in the right lane. I mean, you see everything here. You see pickup trucks, you see vans, you see dragsters, and coffin cars. It's unbelievable. Who's going to win this one? $12.99 for the coffin car, so he gets the head start. $8.90. Well, the green car red lighted. The coffin car won at $12.99. It's actually called Dragula, just like the Munsters car back in the 60s that Grandpa built. So, unbelievable. Now we got another pair of front-engine dragsters. Where are you going to see this many vintage front-engine dragsters in one day? Only here at Maple Grove for glory days. Nostalgic drag racing at its best. It's been a long time since I've seen this many front-engine dragsters in one place. They're far and few. Most of the ones have been shelved because they can't run them anymore because they're unsafe. But these cars are obviously updated, or sometimes they build a whole new chassis and put the old parts on it. So here we go. We got an 843 against an 853. This is a race. This is going to be one at the finish line and at the tree, whoever had the best light. We can't call this one. We're going to need the replay for this one. 862 at 156. And there it is to prove it. It depends where you're at on the track. If you don't get a head-on look at the cars, it might fool you and you think the other car won. So that's why it's very important to, we have a camera at the finish line to show that, hey, this car won, no doubt. And they just keep coming. Injected, small block, front engine dragsters. That was the thing of the day, was either a small block Chevy injected on alcohol or a Hemi, a Chrysler Hemi. They were the dominating cars back in the 60s. And today, I just can't believe that they keep rolling into the staging lanes, one after another. Heating up the tires a little bit so they stick to the track. The reason you want the tires to stick to the track is because then you run your number. If you spin the tires, you're not going anywhere. And usually if you see the tires spin, the guy doesn't run the number he said he was going to. But remember, they prepped this track today with sticky stuff and rubber and everything for the funny cars and this event, because you need good traction. If you didn't have that, these cars would be skating all over the asphalt. 832 to an 809. Right lane is the 832, the left lane would be the 809. So he'll get a little bit of head start in the right lane. And he's waiting, they're both waiting, they're not pulling up to the starting line yet. There's a lot of head games sometimes played at the starting line. And, psych the other guy out a little bit. Now he staged, the left lane lit up the first set of lights, now it's the right lane's turn to do that. And he's taking his good old time. Now he'd pre-lit. Now he lit fully. Now he staged deep, and that means he rolled in just a little bit. And now you better get ready, because here it goes, folks. What a race. $807 on the right lane. He won the race. We got a buy run here in the left lane, black front engine dragster. I can't see the motor, but I'll tell you in a minute, it's definitely injected. You can tell it's injected because it has those pipes sticking out of the intake manifold. There's like little stacks that suck in air. But I can't tell you what motor this one is. It could be a small block, it could be a Hemi, it could be a Ford. But it's dialed 8.0. That's fast. If you go above 150 miles an hour, you have to pull the parachute to stop the car. So let's see if he goes above 150 and the chute comes out. This is just a time shot for him. He's got the buy. Oh, he's not pulling the chute. Maybe I'm wrong on that, folks. I thought he had to pull the chute. He went 162 miles an hour. Now, that's the end of the front-end dragsters, which is unbelievable to see that many cars race in a row. And the 422 All-Stars, we interviewed them in the pits earlier this morning. It's a group of guys out of Oaks, PA. Rich Lamont is the founder, and they travel the circuit to several tracks on the East Coast, and they race for points among themselves. And there's a purse, and at the end of the year, whoever wins the most races or the most rounds, they get money, or sometimes they get, toolboxes, tires, stuff for their car. And they're the next group of cars that come up, the 422.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
Wayne Klein of Klein Transportation is committed to providing superior quality vehicles for passengers and employees. He invites you to board our new 2014 MCI model J4500. The stylish cabin reflects the quality of Klein service that you have come to know and expect. Comfortable seats with first-class legroom and LED lit interiors create now a sense of drama and elegance. We invite you to join us on board our new MCI J4500 to the destination of your choice. We offer group charters and travel planning assistance for group leaders. Klein tours, pre-planned one-day trips, and overnight excursions for individuals or small groups. And of course, our regularly scheduled Pennsylvania or Atlantic City casino trips. Our friendly and helpful staff is available to assist you simply by calling 1-800-451-6700 or get a quick quote online at KleinTransportation.com. Half the fun is getting there. Welcome aboard.
Hi, here we are in the pits at Maple Grove. And the cool thing about Maple Grove is you can walk around the pits. They have a spectator side where you can just sit and watch the races, or you can come over to the pit side and see the cars and talk to the racers up close. Okay, folks, the 422 All-Stars are ready to run them off. Beautiful black Ford Galaxy against one of the only non-Ford products for 422 Motorsports. 64 Plymouth, the Jersey Duke. 950 against a 955, so it's going to be a close one. They're both 1964s, Ford and Mopar. Look at that Mopar pull the wheels, the Jersey Duke. Who's going to win? You can't tell. You can't tell. Oh, the Jersey Duke is pulling way ahead of the big Ford. Sox and Martin, a famous racing team from the 60s. This is a 68 Plymouth Barracuda coming up next. Look at that Jersey Duke leave. That's a replica of Sox and Martin's Plymouth Barracuda against 62 Dodge Dart. And the Dart gets the head start. Look at the Sox and Martin car leave the line, folks. Barracuda wins. 984 on a 980. Nice. About a car length, a little over a car. The Barracuda took him. Olds 442 against the Ford Galaxy. 1035 for the 442. 970. I mean, do you realize how fast that is for these big boats? I mean, these are metal cars. They're not made of plastic like today. We have a red light on the Ford Galaxy, so that means the 442 goes to second round. The Galaxy goes home. It's funny to see cars through the history. Like I said, back then it was all metal, stainless steel. I mean, it's amazing that these big, heavy cars go this fast. To get that big, look at the wheels off the ground on the Galaxy. That's a big, heavy car to make that much horsepower to go that fast. Bob Banning Dodge. That's coming up next. Right now we got a Ford Thunderbolt making a buy run. He dials 10-0. He's automatically got the win light because he doesn't have a race, someone racing against him. And he goes a 10-02 on a 10-0. That's beautiful. Now we got the Bob Banning Dodge and the Bounty Hunters. These were famous race cars back in the 60s. I believe they're both 64 Dodges. 10-25 for the left-hand lane, the Bounty Hunters, and 11-0 for Bob Banning Dodge. And they're staging the cars. Any minute they're going to be leaving. One wins, one loses. It's a race, nobody red lighted. And it's pretty even going down the track. I don't know. I can't tell you. We need the photo finish on that one. 10,000ths of a second. But I don't know who won, but somebody won by 10,000ths of a second. Can you tell? Unbelievable. Now what do we got? We got a, looks like a 68 Ford Comet, or I'm sorry, Fairlane against an old Ford Falcon. 985 and 865 for the Falcon. And we got a lot of local people here today. Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, Pottstown, Reading. Then you got people from Jersey. Here's the photo finish on that last race. About 3/4 of a car. Looks like a Plymouth station wagon against a Dodge Polara, 1150 and 1125. They pretty much leave at the same time. Who knows who's going to win? And then we have a buy run for this Chevelle. And the photo finish on that race, boy, oh my goodness, I can't even call that one. The Bob Banning Dodge was the winner. Beautiful red 65 Chevelle, dialed 11-0. He's making a buy run. And let's see how close he runs to that 11-0 dial in. How close? 11:22. It's not real close. You got to do better than that. It's hard, folks. It's hard to do everything right every time you race your car. Besides the mechanical factor of the car, it's a lot of things to consider. What do we got here now? We got the Flying Wedge 2 and a 68 Impala. 1070 for the Impala, 1020 for the 64 Plymouth. They both leave very nice. Too close to call. Oh, I'm sorry, the left lane won because the right lane red lighted.
Open now since 2011, Royersford Veterinary Hospital is a full-service small animal hospital treating dogs, cats, and small mammals. Dr. Namola has 16 years of experience in the veterinary field. Royersford Veterinary Hospital offers preventive care examinations, vaccinations, and parasite prevention for patients through all life stages, from pediatric care to geriatric screening. The hospital has a fully equipped laboratory, radiology, sterile surgery, and dental equipment for all your pet's medical and surgical needs. For the feline patients, the hospital offers a feline-friendly atmosphere and a feline-exclusive boarding suite. Dr. Namola and her knowledgeable caring staff can answer all your questions about proper health care. Stop on by the hospital anytime to meet the staff or tour of the facility, Royersford Veterinary Hospital wants to be your other family doctor.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, which makes your facility safe and more efficient. We recommend smart solutions, and people get where they're going. We bring new ideas and help you build your business. Fast Signs offers more than signs and graphics. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. For more information or to request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
Where's the best value in town? The Pottstown Diner. You'll love our seafood buffet every Friday night, full of scrumptious fresh seafood. Saturday night, our Meat Lovers buffet has the choicest cuts around. Try our incredible breakfast buffet every Saturday and Sunday, and our weekly breakfast special. Stop in daily for our delicious soup and salad bar. Great food, great value at the Pottstown Diner. Once you enter, you're not a customer, you're family.
A lot of these cars in the old days were 4-speeds, but over the years, they became automatics because automatic cars are more consistent, and they were able to improve upon and build the automatic transmission to withstand phenomenal horsepower. So nowadays at the drags here on a weekly event, most of the cars you'll find, I'd say 98%, are automatic beefed up transmissions, and some of them have automatic shifters that shift by themselves. Look at that photo finish. But the old days, the 4-speed stick shift was pretty much standard. But in the 70s, all through the 80s, the automatic transmission, the Chevy Paraglide, the 2-speed Paraglide, was very popular in drag racing. Still is today. Because it was consistent. It's about running the same every time. 10-10. 10-15, it's a race. Who's going to win it? Left lane, 10-27 at 101 miles an hour. Want to see the photo finish? I don't know, about a fender. That's all he won by. We got a buy run for the powder blue 62 Ford Galaxy. Dials at 1035. Let's see how close he can go to that without going faster. 1041, not too bad. 65 Dodge Coronet in the left lane. 62 Ford Galaxy in the right lane. Mopar against Ford. The nickname for the starting tree is called the Christmas tree because of all the lights. If you didn't know that, folks. Red light in the right lane, so that means he automatically wins in the left lane. 64 Plymouth, Dirty Deeds in the left lane. Racing the 67 or 68 Ford Fairlane station wagon. Look at the wheels off the ground on that station wagon. Back in the 60s, that was probably somebody's grocery getter, and now it's here at Maplegrove racing 11 seconds. 11:11 on 11:10, and he wins with the station wagon. Beautiful race. Let's see the wheels come off the ground on that wagon. Check that out. And that's important. I mean, it's very cool to look at, but it means that the weight's transferring to the rear wheels and planting those tires on the track. Weight transfer is what we call it. Very important on drag racing to keep the tires stuck to the track. That's how you win races. All right, here we go. What do we got here? 78 Monte Carlo against the 1970 Chevelle. 10:24 for the Monte, 9:26 for the Chevelle. Very fast. What a beautiful day at Maple Grove for the nostalgic drag racing. I want to thank our sponsors, D&W Motorsports, the PCTV Network, and my company, Wheels in Motion. 57 Chevy and a Vega next. Oh, photo finish. You can tell who wins, no doubt, by the photo finish. Look at that 57 Chevy. That thing is awesome. It's dialed a 9.0, and the Vega's dialed a 10.11. Vega gets a head start. The 57 catches him, no problem. Who's going to win at the end? Oh boy. John Scott takes the win at a 10.11 at 132 miles an hour. Remember I said you see everything at Maple Grove? It's amazing. I mean, like I said, we have the coffin car, we got station wagons, we got Camaros, Fords. Now today there's no motorcycles, but on the weekly event here, there's motorcycles, there's junior dragsters for the young folks. Who wins this one? Left lane, the blue Bantam Roadster. Or... Look at this pair up here, 1960 Chevrolet Bel Air station wagon. Beautiful car. It's just, yeah, back in the day, these, like I said, were used to take the kids to school. And now they're up here running, what's he running, a 1240. That's moving. That's a big, heavy car to get moving that fast. And he's racing the Bantam Altered. This is a big handicap. That Chevy's probably going to be 3/4 of the way down the track before the other one even leaves. See? Check it out. They both got green lights. There's no red light. So whoever gets to the finish line without breaking out, and the wagon takes it. You could bring your regular car up here and race and win, as long as you run the number you say you're going to run. Let's see that wagon take the win light. Not by much. Well, once again, folks, we had a great day here at Maple Grove. My show is called Car Stories. It's on the PCTV Network. It's on Pottstown Comcast Cable. Go to the internet and hit the PCTV Network, and you can view past episodes. I've been doing it for about 2 years. If you go over on the website, click on Car Stories and watch all our shows. We've had some really good shows. This is one of our best here at Maple Grove today. And thanks to my old friend Gus, Television, the PCTV Network for coming here and filming this. Thanks to Dan Woods of D&W Motorsports for sponsoring it. Pipes Exhaust, Maple Grove, the 422 Allstars, and the list goes on that helped this event come to the PCTV Network. So I'm signing off now for another episode of Car Stories. Don't forget to keep tuned. Watch us on the internet. And if you have a car story, give me a call. Shoot me an email. I'd love to have you on my show and tell the public, Pottstown, our viewers, the internet, your car story. So this is Mike Yanessa from Maple Grove Raceway at Nostalgia Drags. And we had a great day here, a lot of racing, a lot of different cars. And thanks for tuning in.